we're gonna listen to Big Herc here YouTube or I'll watch. He usually always has some good positive content, especially for young people. So let's see what he's talking about today.
not having any dignity. He can tell and get out of jail and run around and still be a part of the hood and claim this and do that. And let me tell you, man, I was just talking with somebody earlier, and in jail, you're not gonna get very far like that. And in the hood, you ain't getting no respect like that. And Daniel, there's a lot of they're trying to even, they didn't use the hip hop industry to try to make it look like, oh man, the street values is gone, you can do whatever. And you and I both know, man, dudes like that in the block is not getting no respect, man. I mean, what's your whole take on how they're trying to convince through, media that it's cool to just be a buster?
I think
No, it's not cool to be a buster. The cool thing is to get the hell out the way. Just get out the way. If you ain't about it, get out the way. Like my one dude say, don't go up there.
think it's bullshit, man. I think if you all these wannabe gang members or whatever, first
Now this guy's from East Los Angeles, Mexican area in Los Angeles. It's its own area, culture and everything. It's been there forever.
of all, I think if you're gonna be a part of anything, be down for it all the way. Don't cry about the consequences later about, oh, why I didn't know or whatever. No, that comes along with it. You know, if you're
See, he said know the consequences. Even once you hit 13, whatever group you join, if you join the band, know what the band's all about. Join the set, know what the set's all about, whatever it is. If you don't know, find somebody older. Some things got rules and regulations you got to abide by. Every hood has its own regulations, every set, every crew, whatever you want to call it.
gonna get into a gang, let's just say you're gonna get into a neighborhood and you go bust a mission or you go do some shit and there's a dude that rats you out or whatever. You should have known who you were kicking it with. You should have
Yeah.
knew that's part of the game. If you're gonna sell dope and
But see, that's the thing. You never know. You never know till the pressure's really on. No matter who you kicking it with, you never know. Even the people, all the biggest grown men who got told on, never thought they would got told on.
somebody's gonna rat you out that you were selling dope to, that comes with it. That comes with it. You gotta be careful on your. You gotta.
But what he's saying is, it comes with it because somebody bound to tell on you. Somebody's bound to kill you. There's no rules in the streets. Rule is protect your own ass or cover your own butt.
Be on your P's and Q's, bro. Who you dealing with? You got to really get to know your homies. But see, a lot of people get into neighborhoods for all the false reasons these days. It isn't a generational thing no more. It's not a family thing no more. These people don't know their so-called homies. They don't know them by first name either. You know, our my in my generation, we knew their parents, we know their grandparents. They grew up with us. We went to school together.
Because he's from East Los.
Fucking everything. They spend the night. They knew my grandparents called them son, mijo, whatever. And today, people are getting into neighborhoods for because they get girls together, or because it looks cool, or because that rap song talks about idolizing gang members and guns and drugs and dope and fucking girls or whatever the fuck, you know.
And I grew up with a lot of cholos. I always run with a lot of dudes from different barrios. The Savas. Yeah. I'm not gonna name those barrios. I know those vatos, cholos, real cholos, mafioso, veteranos, Savas.
And that isn't the way to go about it. You gotta. This is a traditional, moral, respectful mindset of protecting your neighborhood, your community. And it's a community. People call it, oh, that's a gang neighborhood. Nah, it's a community. It's a
It's a vario. That's why they write it on the wrong. Vario, vario, whatever, vario, vario, primera, Savas.
community. And you see an old lady walking down the street. I used to help, all banged out with my gun on me and everything when I was younger, helping old ladies across the street that were in my community. When we heard that somebody robbed the liquor store on the corner, we were on that shit. Hey, who did it? What were they wearing? What kind of car were they driving? We don't want our community being hurt. But other people will think that we're right here hurting our community, and that's not true. We only get into if it's selling dope or whatever to for our livelihood, because we can't get a good job because our educational system's shit. We're not educated on having certain skills, so we have no other choice but to maybe sell a little bit of weed or whatever the hell it is, or get involved into other stuff. You know what I mean? But I think that I think people get mad when I say this, but I gangs are the tribes of today. Whether you're from a black neighborhood or a brown neighborhood, that's your tribe, and you should be 100%, 100%, 1000% down for that tribe. You know, if you're gonna go do some dirt, know the consequences that are gonna come along with it.
And see, we speaking because he grew up in East Coast and he grew up in LA and in California. California has its own dynamics to the whole gang structure, banging, slanging, and everything. Other cities, even Chicago, got their gangs, but it's still a different. Ours are like more like organizations. Those are neighborhood gangs. They're based on the neighborhood.
It and be down to do it all the way. You can't half-ass step something and be like, oh, I'm gonna be half in and half out, or I'm gonna gang bang on this season or on the weekends, and I'm gonna be a family guy on the weekdays. Nah, this shit's a lifetime
Yeah.
commitment. You're either in all the way or not.
If you've been injured in a car accident, don't
Man,
call
I
an
hate
attorney.
that.
Use this AI app instead.
No, it makes perfect sense when you put it like that, and also knowing, knowing who you're really dealing with. I mean, like you said, a lot of these cats. I mean, it's like when I seen like these dudes are like letting Takashi become part. I mean, dude, look, I would never. Certain people, you're like, dude, I'm not messing with this dude. He's
Now, the Takashi situation, you know that kid should not have been from the set. No, he shouldn't. I don't know what he gave him, some money or whatever. Because they don't. He said they built him up in the rap gang, but I don't know why he would be from their set, though. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole New York thing. I don't know no New Yorkers. I look at their blood thing totally different because I grew up on the Southern California, around B-Dogs, Rips, Vatos, Cholos, and I don't see that thing as how it is because when I came up to be from, you have to be from the word from, like you are from that area or you grew up with them, you from there. That's how you get on.
he's a weirdo.
Yeah.
Why you let this weird you like
Facts.
you'd be like, Daniel, who this weirdo you brought over here,
Facts.
man? It's like you can't just bring everybody in. Like you don't know this dude's background, you don't know his parents, you don't know his
Yeah.
cousin. Who is this dude? And you like, oh, but he's cool, man. He's cool. He's
Yeah.
got blah blah blah. That don't mean that you're somebody that we're gonna have in my privacy.
They acted all surprised when that fool testified against how many people.
Man.
How are you gonna be surprised?
Yeah.
Everybody knew. I knew it coming. That dude didn't grow up in no neighborhood.
No.
He wasn't about that life. He was born like that with a tail. You should have seen that shit.
Yeah.
Dude said he was born with it. You called that dude Insta rat. You called him an Insta rat.
Yeah.
So you can't be surprised on somebody like that. You shouldn't let him in. You got to be able to be vouched for, bro. You got to have people to vouch for you, for all these tattoos and shit. They got to be vouched for.
Yeah.
And there's consequences if they're not, bro. And that's and for most gangs or homies that I know, that's your life.
Yeah.
That's your life, bro. And you don't fuck around with your life.
Well, that's the seriousness of when you're dealing with something that really has a context behind it. Because like a lot of kids now, they it's their these dummies, they go on IG and they're showing themselves and doing. Dude, I never when I grew up, when I knew like the homie, he was strapped. You never see nobody take pictures with nobody bragging about these. Like you said, the hitters are quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so and so. Oh yeah, he he don't mess around. He's a boo boo wop. But it was this spoken tones. You never seen him do it, but you knew.
Yeah.
So wasn't nobody trying to get no accolades, no subscribers, no likes, no, oh man, I was doing this and that. Dudes I knew, dude, he might have had a couple, but you never talked about it. No.
See, in 2023, that's how it is on the internet. Everything just likes Facebook, the whole social media. I did this, I did that. Oh, he a real boy. He gangster and all this. Man, come on, stop. Cut the check.
Nobody I knew that was a real killer or gangster, man, bragged about it. He was very humble, quiet, dude, he almost seemed like kind of meek, like, hey, what's up, man? Oh,
Yeah.
what's up, man? And the dude to come in and peel your cap.
Yep.
You know, so it's a different, it's a different genre, and there's a lot of, you know, false, you know, perceptions going around with these dudes talking loud, and because nobody I knew would call you on the phone talk, dude. There wasn't no talking. Is this on a sign? I see. That's it. I'm not gonna even tell. It's not no. Oh, I'm gonna do this. You know who this is? Yeah, man. Boo, boo. Why are you doing all that talking, dude? Who you talking to? It's like I never heard it. Never in my life did I ever hear anybody talk about it. Just you. You might have you and the homie, and you seen it. Just it. Oh, there you go.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
Wasn't no a bunch of, you know, jaw japping, you know, but that's what we come down to. So, you know, it's a lot of the culture, man, has been twisted up and it's been turned into Hollywood and entertainment. And that's what they're selling now with a lot of these guys who are just, you know, now, pretend gangsters, I call them. But, you know.
Yeah, see, that's what it is. They think it's the movie. They think it's the movie. You go to you go to jail, turn the commercial. Hey, you back on the street. And that shit ain't like that. That shit ain't like that.
That's the younger generation, man.
Yeah, it's sad, bro. We're losing a lot of our youth for what? They don't even know what they're fighting for.
Don't even know.
Don't know the history on their neighborhoods. And most of the beef and shit, you know, it sucks to say, but a lot of it's over women, bro.
You're right. No, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
It ain't over a lot of shit. Maybe there might be one war or that's over. Maybe some dope that was stolen.
Somebody's robbed somebody.
Yeah, some shit.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's like, hey, you know, that fool's fucking with your girl. You know, better go handle that. There goes a homie, go smoke that dude.
That's right, 'cause you don't want to look like no Mark. Somebody took your girl, you know, 'cause then they gonna say, "Oh, he a Mark, he a busted." And said, "Man, let that girl go. It ain't worth it."
Over some pussy.
Yeah, yep.
Crazy, man. I know. I seen whole hoods go up in flames over some little broad. She was messing with so and so, but she's creeping with this dude, and next thing you know, this dude gets caught out of pocket in that hood, and then the homies find, and then it turns out all over, and she's still out there getting.
And it's always that, you know, you know, somebody go always sneak in somebody's hood trying to do something, trying to get some, you know what I'm saying? And the girls, they don't, sometimes I don't know if they know it. Oh, ain't nothing gonna happen. You come over here. Yeah, 'cause they don't be thinking. They'll get you killed, either knowingly or not knowingly.
Getting her cheeks busted.
Yeah. X.
Still out there doing it. Got two babies by two enemies.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what I mean? She's still running around. You know, and she's nothing but a, you know, just a hoe, just running around. But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. So like I said, that's why, you know, I want to bring that up, because a lot of people just think, oh man, you know, I can jump in this and claim this and do that and get this, and you know, and it's like, for one, you know, a lot of times people are doing, you know, they're involved in stuff because of, you know, where they grew up, and it's a means of survival. You know, you're a multimillionaire, but here you are now trying to claim something to try to be relevant. Dude, you're not even, what are you doing? You're not even from over here.
Yeah.
You know, why? What is your purpose in that? You're a multimillionaire or whatever, or athlete, but now you're trying to get these accolades. What are you doing, man? You made it. You're supposed to, like, hey man, I'm over here, I've established myself. What are you doing?
Yeah. Look at a lot of gangs that started out of Cali neighborhoods, you know? You got a lot of black gangs that went to the, you know, the down south and all that, and they don't have no history on how it is over here, bro. How the city.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was just saying. They don't have no history of the Southern California. There's only one gang. Like Chicago gang's been all through the South and the East prior to the Crips and Bloods. Everybody just think about Crips and Bloods, but they was there. And that Chicago's the only one that does have a black-based gang that comes from Chicago, which is the Black Keystone Nation, which is located called the Jungles. Otherwise, there are no other ones, but there are some similarities from that time period of when the C's and the B's started, and it's noticeable. If you go back and look, but no, some of them they just want to start with everything started, but we all come from, most of the blacks, mostly all come from down south. The native blacks, and you know which ones I'm talking about, ADOS and FBOS or whatever you want to call it. Let's continue.
You gotta be on the stomping grounds over here. This is
Yeah.
a real war back in the 90s when I was, you know, doing my shit in the early 2000s. I mean, this shit ain't no joke, and you're gonna live how many states away and not know how it really is over here and create a whole neighborhood over there, and you got homies dying over there for something that started over here, and they don't have no clue.
Yeah.
They have no clue how the air smells over here.
Yeah. Hey man, I'm telling y'all, hit that subscribe button. Big
and
Herc
I grew up at them
916 getting down
times
with
in the
Daniel.
'80s.
Fresh out. I'm tired of smelling like stinky.
I'm just using this because I like Big Herc. He been on the tour for a while. You see this Big Herc don't flag me or nothing like that. I think he has some good content, so I was just using it for a review. Thanks. I'm gone, y'all.